So sitting tall and any way that supports our body to sit comfortably, which may mean opening the legs or putting blocks, putting cushions, anything that brings down the knees, because the knee, the hip and the back, if they are at same level or knees are below the hip level, then there is less strain on the back. And that's the reason we say put something under the hip. So sitting really tall, bringing hands to the heart center. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free of disease. May all beings can see what is good for them. Om, peace, peace, peace. With this intention of bringing peace in our own life, in our loved one's life, in our neighbor's life, we begin today's yoga practice. So set one intention, something that you want to achieve through this practice. Anything. And release. And now coming back and doing the first pranayama, which is bellows breath. It's called Bhastrika. So Bhastrika is the first cleansing breath for the lungs. And because it's done so quickly, so the oxygen is going in fast, and impure air is coming out fast. So that prepares the lungs, it prepares the body. It's like a bellows, that moves quickly up and down, up and down. So we will do this according to our own strength and how we feel today. So it can be of low intensity, it can be of medium intensity, or it can be fast. So sitting with either just palm simply open, or you can make a Jnana Mudra. So Jnana Mudra means bringing the thumb and index finger together and taking a sharp, quick inhale and sharp, quick exhale. So and as soon as we start to feel tired, or we feel that the torso is getting it's saying stop, then just stop. And now checking the nadis, that which energy channel is flowing freely at this time. So just close the right nostril and only exhale from the left. Closing this side and exhaling from the other side. So which side is more free? Similar. Perfect. Brilliant. So there's no right or wrong, but there is like every 90 to 60 minutes this happens. So usually energy will be flowing only on this side or only on that side. Then there's a split second or a very short space where it is flowing equally through the Sushumna Nadi, which is our spinal column. So you have got that moment where it is flowing on both sides. So it's just becoming aware of the body, the breath, the energies in the body. And now we will do Chandra Bhedana. So Chandra Bhedana, for that you make this Nasika Mudra. Yes. And closing the right nostril and only inhaling and exhaling from the left side. and release. Then closing the other side and only inhaling, exhaling from the right side. And keeping the mind with each in-breath and each out-breath. And release. And now we will inhale from the left, exhale from the right, using that same Nasika Mudra and using the fingers to swap after each in-breath, stop. After each exhale, stop and close. So, and now swapping the other side. So inhaling from the right and exhaling from the left. And release. So why do we do this? We balance everything. Like the life is all about balance. Yoga is all about balance. So one of the ancient definition of yoga says samatvam yoga uchyate, means balanced and stable state of mind is yoga. So every time we are like, it's too much, or feeling not at ease, then our mind is not in a state of yoga. But anytime during the day, when you are experiencing that balance, that stability, that even if somebody came and said something to you, but you didn't lose your calm, then you are in a state of yoga. So yoga first happen here, then it happens here. Whereas some people might reverse the circle, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong. But first we should practice yoga in the mind, then bring it out on the body, on the mat, on the asana. This is only one small part of the 8 part of yoga, which is Ashtanga yoga. So asana practice is one of the 8 part. So now we will do Bhramari, which is very useful or instantly calming an agitated mind or a mind that feels out of balance. So if we do Bhramari, we can immediately calm the mind by engaging the parasympathetic nervous system. So bring your 2 hands out like this, close the ears, close the eyes, and take a deep breath in, and then create the humming bee breath for 3 times. Now bringing the two hands out, rubbing the palms together and keeping the warm balm on top of the eyes. One more time with a gentle smile on the face, feeling happy to be present. Present for our own body, our own mind, for ourselves. And one more time. And this time massaging the face, massaging the scalp, rubbing the fingers on the scalp. Wow, oh, I love this. This is my favorite. Yeah, you just feel that touch and the circulation. Oh, feel like a monkey. I want to just keep going like this. So after this, we will start with the shoulder rolls. So bringing the shoulders from front to back. This is our ball and socket joint. So it's a joint that can move freely. It's a big joint. So there is this bone in our upper arm, which is called humerus bone, and it has a head. And yeah, that's good. Just feel free to adjust up and down, wherever. And just going from front to back, rotating the head of the humerus in the socket of the scapula, and then bringing from back to front. Because we as humans have tendency to store a lot of stress in our body. And where do we store this stress? Like in house, we have cupboards. Where do we have the cupboard for stress in our body? It's here at the back of the neck and shoulder. That's why a lot of people hold their neck like this or hold their shoulders tight. And, bringing awareness that, oh, okay, oh, I'm holding my shoulders like this. Just let them down. And that will immediately bring that sense of, it's all good. So just rotating freely. Now lifting both arms. Turn the palm to the ceiling. And interlace the fingers. And make the join the palms together. Bring it to the heart center. Fixing the gaze to the tip of the fingers. You're practicing the mind and its yoga, the union of the mind with the body. Now interlacing the fingers again and stretching the palms outward. Hold and bring your drishti or your gaze to the knuckles and bring the folded hands back to the heart center. This time, interlace the fingers behind, so shoulder blades are coming together. And when you're ready, you can keep looking up, but start to fold forward. And only coming down as much as body easily allows. And then coming back up again. And release. Bringing the 2 feet together. Sitting in Baddha Konasana. So whatever version or variation. And then moving the joint up and down. So moving the knees up and down. And now opening the feet as if it's a book. And yeah, just closing them again. And again, open and close. Now create a little gap so you can make like a diamond, yeah, whatever way it comes. And then again, catch hold of the feet, which will just simply give a little bit of more kind of space. And then leaning slightly forward and coming back up. And one more time, coming back. And now opening both legs wide. And just simply reaching for the toes. Or you can put your hands on the shin if that's where they land. There's no need to overstretch. We never overstretch the back because that can harm our vertebrae. So wherever is the point of comfort. Then start to bring your left hand to right toe or right shin or right knee. So there's no right place. And then the other hand to the other side of the leg. And release. Now just simply sitting with support of your hands. I think for this, maybe try without blocks because both legs are straight, so you will feel better. Yeah, just creating a good bit of space between the two legs and both hands at the back and starting to point the toes towards the ground and then lifting the toes up towards the head. And start to rotate both ankles. And now the other side. And now coming into our tabletop position. Face you side. So for tabletop position, remembering that alignment of the wrist and elbow and shoulder joint, and bringing the belly button in towards the spine, and knees are hip width apart, and knee is directly under the hip joint. Starting to raise the right arm up and hold. And bring it back. The other side. And bring it back. Now stretch the right leg behind and turn the head to look at the right foot. And bring the right knee back. Breathe in and stretch the other leg. Turn the head to look at the left foot. Bringing it back. Now stretching the right leg and left arm as you breathe in. Coming back, exhale. Breathe in and stretch the other side. And come back. Now inhale and lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring the left hand under the right arm. And resting the head and shoulder and left arm completely down on the ground, relax. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Sweep the arm under the right arm. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale. Thread in the needle. And now as you stay here, just stretch the right arm to the front. And if possible, stretch the right leg. How does it feel to stretch only one side of the body? And coming back into neutral tabletop. And inhale, raise the other arm up, thread the needle. So sweep the right arm on your left, put right shoulder and head on the mat. Exhale, inhale, raise your arm up, exhale, under the left arm. One more time, inhale up, and exhale, sweep it under the other arm. Now, as you stay here, stretch the left arm to the front, stretch left leg behind, and stay and notice how it feels to stretch only one side of the body. And bringing the hand and knee back, and slowly releasing the posture and coming back to neutral tabletop position. And bringing hips to the heels. Stretching the arms, so not going into Balasana or Child's Pose, but looking in between the hands, keeping the neck aligned with the spine. Then exhale and inhale, coming back to tabletop. Exhale, hips to the heels. So bring some kind of rhythm to this practice, with rhythm of the breath, moving the body. And keeping the mind clear of any junk thoughts. Just noticing, listening to the body, listening to the mind. Any thoughts, any emotions, observe. And as you come back to neutral tabletop, stretch right foot in the same line as left foot, taking more weight on the left palm and stretching the right arm up towards the ceiling. And looking up. Coming back and stretching the other foot, left foot in the same line as the right foot, stretching left arm up towards the ceiling, looking up. And coming back into neutral tabletop. And as you come to the neutral tabletop, curl the toes under, stretch, and straighten the knees, and moving into downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. If possible, without changing your feet or your hand, just change the plane of the body to come into plank or Dandasana. Yes, but you should, okay, so watch me. So this is moving into Adho Mukha Svanasana, which is that downward facing dog. And see, I'm not moving the feet or my hand, just changing the plane of the body. So coming straight into plank or dandasana. Let me come and watch. Okay. And move now to plank. Yes, yes, don't wait for it, just go straight. Bring the okay, that's okay. If it's too much, we just let go. We don't get mad about it. So that's okay. And now come to stand. So coming to stand. And inhale, straight, stretch the arms up. And exhale, come down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, coming on the ball of the foot. Exhale, coming down. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up and exhale down. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Now standing tall and just only simply raise your left foot off the ground and just put your left hand on your knee. So this is a closed hip pose. And now stretching the knee out, it is an open hip. And then bring it down. Now lift the right foot off the ground, placing the right hand, and then just stretching the right knee outward. And bring it down. Now creating a little gap between the 2 feet and starting to rotate the hips from one side to the other. And doing it really gently. Gentle movement, gentle mindful movement while keeping awareness of the body. And then coming from the other side. And coming straight. Now we will do 3 poses or Vrikshasana. So for Vrikshasana, bringing the left foot either below or above the knee. So it is asana that is definitely built for the mind. So keep the mind stable. But you can go against the wall if that makes it easier. And bringing both arms up towards the ceiling or hands to the heart center, wherever it feels comfortable. And trees do move. They do, like there is hardly ever you will see any tree that's not kind of moving. And bringing a gentle smile on the face. And thinking of a tree, what tree would you like to be if you are a tree? Is it a tree with a fruit or without fruit or low hanging or high hanging fruits? What would you like to be? And release. Now bringing the other foot, so right foot on the left thigh or left shin. And you might notice that one side is easier than the other. That silence of The mind is beautiful and release. And now just standing in Tadasana, noticing how the four corners of each feet is connected to the ground. And now raise your both arms to the front. And very gently moving both arms on your right. Spinal twist. Then bringing it to the center and going on the left. Coming back to the center, going on your right. So again, do it at a speed that suits your body. There's no right or wrong. You can do it really fast if that's what your body desires, or you can do it really slowly. I would say if the mind is restless, then do it really slowly, because that's what will calm the mind. And release. And placing your both hands on the waist, looking up. And then gently bringing chin to the chest. One more time, look up. And then look down. Then coming to the center, looking on your right. Coming to the center, looking on your left. And release your both arms on the side of the body. Then taking a deep breath in and out. In and out. And now lying down on the ground. When you lie down, just make sure that the knees are bent and both arms on the side of the body. And stretch both feet and lift your head and point the hands towards your feet. This is Navasana. This is good for core abdominal muscles. And release. So bringing the knees back in the flexed position. Now bringing both feet close to the hips. And both arms on the side of the body, and starting to lift the hips and back off the ground, making a bridge, Setu Bandhasana. And then very gently starting to release vertebrae by vertebrae from the upper back. Noticing each vertebrae touching the back. How beautiful is that? And release. And now we will do pelvic tilt. So for that, bring your hands on the side of the shoulders. So it's like keeping the elbows bent. And keep your both knees hip width apart. And to do a pelvic tilt, which is really good for back, that you flatten the curve on your back. So you press with your middle back onto the mat and then release. So bring the very lower part of your pelvis onto the mat and just release and go again. So keep moving between the middle back and the lower back touching the mat. Is it clear what to do? Yes. So you don't lift the hip, but you just simply flatten the curve and move the spinal vertebrae. That really is good for promoting the circulation in the area and heal any back issues that we might have. And now creating a wider gap between the two knees. And starting to bring the knees on the right side of the ground and then to the left. So like a windshield wiper. And now releasing the body into Shavasana. So Shavasana is like a corpse pose. So letting both arms be on the side of the body. Yes, arms open to the ceiling. And create more gap between the two legs also. Yes, and let them just be relaxed completely. As if for this moment, there is nothing more important than just relaxing the mind and relaxing the body. So bringing your attention to the breath, noticing the breath entering through the nostril and leaving the nostril. So breathing in full awareness and breathing out in full awareness. And notice, where do you feel the breath most in the body? Just relaxing the jaw, relaxing the muscles on the face, relaxing the shoulders, not holding any tightness in the body. How does it feel when we let go? When we let go and embrace the soft attitude, that softness in the body, what does it feel like? How does the right side of the body feels as compared to the left side? Or vice versa? Now becoming aware of the breath coming in and lifting the tummy wall. So abdominal wall is lifted up. And then as the breath leaves the body, the tummy contracts. And all the time breathing in and out through the nose. Relaxing. Becoming aware of that desire to get up maybe. Like, are you happy where you are? Or is it that you just feel like, oh, I had enough, now I want to get up? Just noticing. And now very deliberately moving the fingers, wriggling the fingers, wriggling the toes, and opening the eyes and looking around the room. A sense of coming back and turning on your right side. And with the support of the hand, coming to sit. And bringing hands to the heart center with an attitude of gratitude to this beautiful divine body, this wonderful, amazing, miraculous mind, and this ancient wisdom of yoga, the Jnana of Patanjali. you so much for joining me. Namaste.